the son of laughter. One year, the land had a famine, and food became very scarce. Isaac and Rebekah had to be careful and trust God during this difficult time. Isaac decided to move to a place called Gerar, where he thought they could find food and safety. Even in tough times, God was with them. In Gerar, Isaac stayed peaceful and kind to the people there. God promised Isaac that he would be blessed and have a good life. Isaac trusted God's promise and worked hard, even when things were uncertain. God made sure Isaac was safe and provided for him. God made Isaac very rich. He had many sheep, cows, and helpers. People saw that God was with Isaac and blessed him. Isaac thanked God every day. Isaac's servants dug wells to find water, but the people in Gerar didn't like it. They wanted the wells for themselves. Isaac moved to a new place and dug more wells. Even when things were difficult, Isaac trusted God to provide. Isaac decided to make peace with his neighbors instead of fighting. He showed kindness and helped solve their problems. The people respected Isaac, and everyone lived together peacefully. Isaac knew that peace is better than fighting. Many years passed, and Isaac and Rebekah had no children. Isaac prayed to God and said, "Please give us a child." God heard his prayer and blessed Rebekah with a baby, but not just one. Rebekah was going to have twins. She felt them wrestling inside her and asked God what was happening. God told Rebekah, "You will have 2 sons, and they will grow into 2 nations, but the older will serve the younger." When the twins were born, the first boy was red and hairy. They named him Esau. The second was holding his brother's heel. They named him Jacob. Even as babies, they were very different. As the boys grew, they became very different. Esau loved to hunt and spend time outside. Jacob liked to stay home and cook delicious food. Isaac loved Esau because he brought him tasty meat, but Rebekah loved Jacob, who helped around the tents. There was a famine in the land, but God told Isaac not to go to Egypt. God said, "Stay in this land, and I will bless you. I will keep my promise to your father." Isaac obeyed and stayed where God told him. He planted crops, and God gave him 100 times more than he planted. Isaac became very rich and strong because God was with him. The Philistines became jealous of Isaac's success. They filled up his wells with dirt to stop his water. Isaac moved to a new place and dug more wells, but the people argued over them too. Still, Isaac didn't fight. He trusted God to give him peace. At last, he dug a well no one fought over. He named it Rehoboth. God has made room for us. One day, the king of the Philistines came to visit Isaac. He said, "We can see God is with you. Let's make peace." Isaac welcomed him and made a peace treaty. They shared a meal together and promised not to fight. Isaac showed kindness, even to those who had hurt him. One day, Esau was very hungry after working outside. Jacob made a tasty stew and offered some to Esau. Esau was so hungry that he sold his special birthright to Jacob for the stew. Esau didn't realize how important the birthright was. Isaac grew old and blind and wanted to give his blessing to Esau. Rebekah helped Jacob dress up like Esau so Jacob could receive the blessing instead. Isaac was confused but blessed Jacob. This caused sadness between the brothers. Jacob was afraid Esau would be angry and come after him. So Jacob left home and traveled far away. On the way, Jacob prayed to God for help and protection. God promised to keep Jacob safe and bless him. Isaac grew old, and his sons became men. There were still struggles between Esau and Jacob, just as God had said. But God was working out his plan through this family. Isaac trusted God, even when things were hard. He knew God's promise would never fail. At night, Jacob had a dream of a ladder reaching to heaven. Angels went up and down the ladder. God spoke and promised to bless Jacob and his family. Jacob woke up and knew God was with him. Jacob went to live with his uncle Laban. He worked hard taking care of Laban's sheep. Jacob loved Laban's daughter Rachel, and he agreed to work many years to marry her. Life was full of challenges, but Jacob trusted God. Laban tricked Jacob and gave him Leah to marry first. Jacob still loved Rachel and worked more to marry her too. Life was not easy with 2 wives, but Jacob trusted God's plan. God blessed Jacob with many children. Jacob worked many years and became very rich. He had many animals and servants. God blessed Jacob because he was faithful and hardworking. Jacob's family grew stronger every day. God told Jacob it was time to return home to his family. Jacob was afraid to see Esau again after many years. But Jacob trusted God to protect him and give him courage. It was time to face his past. Jacob sent gifts ahead to Esau to show he wanted peace. Jacob prayed to God for strength and forgiveness. He divided his family and animals to keep them safe. Jacob was hopeful and nervous. When Jacob and Esau met, Esau forgave him. They hugged and cried happy tears. The brothers were friends again because God's love made peace in their hearts. Jacob was thankful for God's mercy. Isaac lived a long life and trusted God every day. When he grew very old, he peacefully passed away with his family near him. His sons, Jacob and Esau, loved and respected him very much. God's promise to bless the world through Abraham's family was passed to Isaac and then to Jacob. Isaac's life shows us that God always keeps his promises, and we can trust him too.